Hello student. So let us start our discussion. In previous tutorial we have discussed input output communication. So in this tutorial we will try to discuss what is serial communication. So let us start our discussion. What we will discuss into this tutorial. So we will start our discussion with some of the terminology. Then we will try to discuss character oriented protocol and then beat oriented protocol. So let us start our discussion with terminology. So modem. Now you people might be aware with this terminology. Modem means modulator plus demodulator. Modulator plus demodulator. Now when this modem was used, so normally this will be used with the telephone line. So whenever you are transferring data, whenever you are trying to transfer the digital data over the analog channel, at that time digital data should be converted into the analog format. Okay, so that task will be done by modulator, and at the receiver side, whenever this analog signal will be received, it should be again converted into the digital. So that will be done by the demodulator. So modem is a device which will be used by you can say the medium, or it will be used by the device where digital data is supposed to be transferred over the analog carrier. Next is block transfer. So let us try to discuss that. What is block transfer? Block transfer means a transfer of a large block of the data. Okay, so let's say we are transferring you can say 5 MB, 10 MB, 100 MB, like so that block of data will be transferred in continuity. So it is known as block transfer. Then what is CRC and LRC? CRC means cyclic redundancy check, and LRC means longitude redundancy check. So these both are the mechanism for error correction. Error correction and detection. So this will help us in finding out the transmission error. Now data will be transferred using the medium, so serially. So how many types of communication will be there? So there will be two type of communication: half duplex and full duplex. So in half duplex there will be two set of wires, okay, and only one entity at a time can speak, or it can transfer the data. Okay, best example of half duplex is walkie talkie. Okay, so here at an instance of time only one entity can send the data. Okay, while at another instance of time that same channel can be used by another entity to send the data. So this is how it will take place, TX and RX, but at the separate time. Now what is full duplex? So in full duplex normally this will be implemented using 4 wires. So one clock wire and another clock and wire pair. So one pair will be used for sending the data, and another will be used for receiving the data. So in full duplex communication, at any instance of time both entity can send and receive the data. Here only 2 wires, using only 2 wires we can perform the full duplex communication, but in that case we have to use the non-overlapping frequency bandwidth. Okay, so that means TX will work, or transmitter or sending channel will work at the different frequency, and receiving channel will work at the different frequency, and that same medium can be used for sending data as well as receiving data. So at an instance of time both can use the channel. Now what is protocol? So whenever there will be a serial communication, then to establish the communication between two devices there will be some set of rules. Okay, so that set of rule is known as protocol. Okay, and DLE, so that we will discuss after discussing the character oriented protocol. So how many types of communications are there in serial communication? So one is the character oriented protocol, means using this method data will be sent, and next is the bit oriented protocol. So using this methodology data will be sent. So let us try to discuss the individual methodology. So let us start. What is the first element in the character oriented protocol frame? So first you can say component is the sync. So this component is basically used by sender to maintain the synchronization between sender and receiver. Okay, so as soon as receiver will receive this sync, this character will be group of 8 bit. So whenever this will be received by Rx, okay, it will keep it into the buffer, and next time again sender will send the sync, it will try to match with the existing pattern. Okay, so if pattern is matching, then it's no problem, and but if pattern is not matching with the previously sent sync due to any communication channel error, okay, so at that time receiver will discard the previous sync, and it will place the new sync into the memory, and next time again a new sync will arrive, then it will try to match it with the sync. Next is the starting of header. So what is header, and which details will be stored into the header? So this character will specify the from here onwards, means after next 8 bit onwards, there will be header information. So what is header information? Header consists of address and control information. So whatever destination address will be there, and whatever control information transmitter want to send, it will be stored into the header. Okay, after header there will be starting of text. So as soon as receiver will receive this character, okay, it will know that, or it will come to know that whatever data is coming afterward this 8 character, it will be actual data. So after stx, means starting of text, there will be actual text data, and after the completion of text there will be etx means end of text data. So once the text data is over, then there will be last BCC. So what is BCC? It is block check character. So this element is used to verify whether data is properly received by receiver or not. Okay, so it will use various error correction detection mechanism like CRC and LRC to detect the error, and if there is a transmission error, then receiver will again acknowledge the transmitter to send or resend the data, so it can receive it in proper way. So this is how a character oriented protocol will be it will work. Now what will happen, that many times there will be some pattern inside the text, okay, that is representing this control character. Okay, so let's say let us assume that there is a pattern for etx. There is a pattern called 5 times 0 and 5 times 0 double 1. Now somewhere in between text there is a pattern 5 times 0 1 1. Okay, so what receiver will interpret? Receiver will interpret that text is ending here. Okay, so and then onwards everything will be misplaced. Okay, so whatever will be received, it won't be at proper position. Why? Because the content of text represent the end of the text. Okay, so in that case DLE will comes into the picture. Now what is DLE? So DLE is basically data link escape. Okay, so the full form of DLE is a data link escape. So let us just try to discuss that what is DLE. Okay, so what is DLE? DLE is we can say fixed bit of pattern. Let's say 0 1 1 0 0 1. Okay, so 4 and let's say 1. So 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 1. So let's assume that this is a DLE. So what will happen? Before each element of this character oriented protocol there will be DLE. Okay, so here there will be DLE, there will be DLE, here also 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 there will be DLE, and at last here also there will be DLE. Okay, so at the sender side transmitter will send like this. Okay, and at receiver side what transmitter or receiver will do, after receiving all the data, it will remove all the DLE from the frame, and then it will use the information. Now, definitely this approach is not cannot be used in practical life. Why? Because there will be too much processing overhead at the transmitter side for inserting DLE, and at the receiver side for removing the DLE from the data. Okay, so to overcome this problem, there is the new protocol is introduced, that is bit oriented protocol. In bit oriented protocol, there will be flag, address, control, information, any number of bit which was limited in the character oriented protocol, and frame check and flag. Now here, how this bit oriented protocol work? Okay, so bit oriented protocol, as we have discussed, we are having flag at the starting of the frame and ending of the frame. So this is known as frame. Okay, so receiver will detect one end to another end by using flag. Okay, so this flag will represent the starting and ending of the frame. Now in between there will be data. So which are the individual component? Let's say this is 8-bit address, then 8-bit control bit, and then any number of information bit and frame check. So what is this address bit? Okay, so if we discuss about address bit, then address bits are used to specify the address. Address bit are used to specify the address. So if there are 8 bit, then we can specify different 256 address using this address bit. Now what will happen whenever there will be consecutive 5? Okay, so in that case a special character will be used. Okay, so for example, there is a binary pattern 0 all 1. Okay, so in that case this will be converted into the 0 okay, so if there are 5 consecutive 1, then a new 0 will be added. Okay, so similarly what will happen at the receiver side if there is this kind of pattern? Okay, then it will remove this 0 and it will convert that into again this. Okay, so what will be the advantage? So as a consequence is no pattern of 0 all 1 0 is ever transmitted between the beginning and the ending flag. Okay, so there was a issue with the flag, so this can be issue with the flag. Let's say this kind of data is also present into the information. Okay, so what CPU will do, it will convert this into the means transmitter will convert this into the this format, then it will transmit, and then again at the receiver end it will be converted into this format. Okay, so this is how starting and ending of you can say flag will be marked. Okay, next is 8-bit control bit. Okay, so that we will discuss later on. Then information of any number of bit. Okay, so that will be specified, and next is frame check. So it will be used whether data which is transmitted over the channel, it is properly received or not. Okay, so if there is any error, then using this code it will be checked, and it will be acknowledged to the transmitter. So now we will try to discuss that what are the various control bits. Okay, so let us start our discussion with this. So if we discuss about control, okay, so then there are 3 type of mode. Okay, the information transfer mode, then next is supervisory mode, and third one is unnumbered mode. So what is information transfer mode, what is supervisor mode, and what is unnumbered mode? So first of all, how receiver will find out, or how it will identify that which type of control information is sent. So if the first bit is 0, okay, then it is information transfer mode. Okay, so if first bit is first 2 bits are 1 0, then it is supervisory mode, and if first 2 bits are 1 1, then it is unnumbered mode. So first of all, receiver will try to find out the which type of this control information is being shared. Now if it is information transfer, okay, then 3-bit will be used by source, and 3-bit will be used by receiver, and 1 bit is you can say it is for polling, and final. So that we will discuss later on. So let us just try to discuss what is this. So actually this represent the frame number. So whenever sender will send data, okay, it will send the frame number into NS, means from source. Whenever receiver will receive the data, okay, it will acknowledge the sender by specifying the received frame number. Okay, so let's say frame number is 0, so 000, and if it is received properly by receiver, then receiver will respond with that frame number 000 using this field. Okay, and then it will send the frame to sender. Now what is supervisor mode? Now before discussing that, what is P and F? Here meaning of P is pole and meaning of F is final. So whenever source is means TX is sending data to RX, okay, at that time value of P will be 0, means P will be used. And whenever RX means receiver is sending data to TX, okay, this bit will be 1. Okay, so it is final. So this will denote the way of communication, means direction of communication, whether it is primary to secondary or secondary to primary. Now next is supervisor mode. So what is supervisor mode? So supervisor format of control field is recognized from the first 2 bit 1 and 0. Next 2 bit indicate the type of command. So this follow a PF bit and receive the sequence frame count. The frame of the supervisory format do not carry any information field. So they are used to assist the transfer of information that confirm the acceptance of preceding frame carrying information, convey ready or busy condition, or report frame numbering error. Okay, so if there is any special information is to be shared between sender and receiver, then this field will be this type of control information will be used. Then last one, unnumbered. So there will be first 2 bit used to specify the type of control command, and remaining bits will be used to specify the command. So the how it will be used. So primary station use the control field to specify the command for the secondary station. Let's say a primary station want to inform something to secondary station, or it wants to send a special instruction to the secondary station or receiver. At that time this field will be used. Now how it will be used by secondary station? So secondary station use this control field to transmit a response to the primary station. So whenever any response of a command should be or it will be sent by receiver, then it will use unnumbered format. Okay, so unnumbered format frames are employed for initialization of link function, reporting procedural error, or placing station in the disconnected mode, and other data link control operation. Okay, so means to maintain or to diagnose the connection, this type of control information will be used. Okay, so in this tutorial we will keep up to this, and here we will complete this unit. Thank you.